Hello guys, NautoAis here, and I'm going to give my impression of this 4 Tears of the Kingdom amiibo. Yeah, so finally I got them. Backstory was they were on sale for $24, and some of them I used a $10 certificate, so I got them lower. Sadly, by the time of this recording, the amiibo sale is done. For people who don't know, for a while, especially in GameStop, older amiibos were $6, while the newer ones were actually $16, which people want that. But of course, now the deal is done. It had a big window, and it seemed that some people did buy them. I mean, myself bought the Street Fighter amiibo for $20. So I mean, it is what it is. You can tell what it is. And what does it mean when they do that? Well, that'll be a different story there. But the gist of it is, I wouldn't be surprised in 2026 when push comes to shove, a lot of this retailer might not order amiibo anymore because they're too expensive. Amiibo fans are complaining, which right so, and they're not selling, they're not moving. What do you expect what's happening? And if you've been following with the Xbox story, well, they're really not moving with their price hike twice in a year, and that both Sam's Club and Costco are not selling anymore console to some extent, but that'll be a different story there. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unbox them, give my impression about them. Should you get them? Well, for $16, spoiler, probably be a Tears of the Kingdom fan, but to some extent, story dollars, of course not, but it is what it is there. So with that, let's open them and see how the sculpture works. And I'm back. So here it is, the 4 sages, Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda amiibo. Yes, spoiler, they'll become the latest sages. Good story for what it is. It's probably going to be a bit of a backstory if you play Age of Imprisonment, but that'll be a different story there. So anyway, my impression of this 4 amiibo. So I have to say they are good quality. And like I said in a different video, $20 for me personally makes sense. It's a compromise of people are willing to buy them, especially the amiibo fans. But at the same time, Nintendo can make money back that's reasonable. As of right now, amiibos are, the minimum is $30. The highest one is $50 with the Kirby Air Riders because you can swap them like Swap Force, but that's a different story there. And I already talked about in a different video that it could be something about the quality, and that's why they're so expensive. Tariff, like I said, maybe they need money for those 4K games. Who knows? I already talked about it on my secondary channel. So with that said, my impression of this 4 Tears of the Kingdom Sages amiibo. So of course they're pretty good. I have to say that no matter what, to some extent, Nintendo is learning. Their Zelda amiibos are good. Functionality wise, as expected, is in Tears of the Kingdom, you do unlock a new paraglider design. In Breath of the Wild, well, you just get some free stuff, maybe exclusive stuff to some extent. Like I said on my secondary channel about amiibo, they are sort of a season pass that you can get free stuff every day. And then if you use the Zelda node playing the Switch 2 edition, it records your Zelda collection amiibo, and you get an achievement for it. So imagine Nintendo did an app for amiibo collection. Scan your amiibo to get medals. I know that's gonna be weird, but it is what it is. Like I said, people buy trash game to get trophies or achievement to some extent, but it is what it is. Just it sales. People willing to buy crappy game, heck, games. Maybe now third-party games on the Switch too, but that's beside the point. I already talked about that. So anyway, let's start with Sidon. Yeah, spoiler, he's now the future king of the kingdom. There it is. More fancy, just like in Tears of the Kingdom. There's his spear. Unfortunately, it is kind of soft, so you might get lucky, but to some extent because of the packaging, it might bend a bit, but it's not that bad. But there you go. Really fancy lad. Like I said, this is the first amiibo for the Tears of the Kingdom that I bought because I just like it. I like the design. I like Sidon's personality. It's kind of like a friendly Vega, if that makes sense, but there you go. So it's not bad. Tall, fancy Zora. And then, of course, yes, this is Tulin, the son of Teba. Spoiler, yes, in Breath of the Wild, you team up with Teba. In Age of Calamity, you do play as Teba, but in Tears of the Kingdom, you team up with Tulin because it's all grown up. because Teba's now the new elder of the Rito village. And you can see it's a Rito bird holding the spear by the claw. I guess that makes sense. I mean, yeah, they can hold the bow in their hand also as well. So this is like Breath of the Wild Rito version. There are Ritos in other games, like in Wind Waker. They're like Birdman to some extent, but you know, different dimension, different universe, whatever. Maybe a multiverse game, but whatever. There's the bow and arrow. There's the ponytail, I guess. And then if you really look carefully in the leg, you see the tears. In the case with Sidon, I think it's in the arm there. So very detailed, so I have to admit. There you go. Everybody's favorite, Yunobo, the grandson of Daruk. And yes, unfortunately, it looks like he is a bit smaller than Daruk. Maybe kind of caught to some extent. I mean, Ganondorf's like big. That's why it's $20 when it first launched. And then just same old like club thing that can break rocks. I mean, that's what Goron's favorite weapon. Like the armor, like the chain. And then again, if you really look carefully, the tears there. And then yes, for whatever reason, they got like puny legs. They're all about arms, big arms like that. And there you go. Even in the backside, there's the rock shell skin. I have no idea. Yeah, it does look like something like a sumo formal clothes, but I mean, it's a fantasy world. Just go with it. There's the holster for his clubber club. So it's not bad. I mean, they are very detailed. $30 detailed? Probably not. 24? Maybe. $20, like I said. It's a compromise, but we'll just have to wait and see. And then finally, Riju. Yeah, in the Breath of the Wild, she had longer hair. And if you use the Zelda node, they explain why she cut her hair. I mean, whatever. I mean, long hair, short hair, bald, whatever. I mean, maybe they're doing something like Disney, because in Disney, they're trying to avoid women with long hair because I guess long hair on women are bad, or because most men think that women should have long hair. And I say to that, it's just, dude, let the woman hairstyle they want. Just don't be weird. Don't be weird. That's so weird. Anyway, yeah, so if you notice, now she has twin sword. Age of Calamity, she was using Patricia because, again, I mean, I don't know, maybe just they didn't have what the sword for them. They didn't know what they're going to do. Because Yunobo just has like a rock meat as a weapon. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Hyrule Warriors basically play a different character in the Muso style. That's really what it is. If you need a story, but you need something that's easy, Muso is always the answer. I mean, whatever. So anyway, she now has twin sword. It would be funny if it was Chainblade like Kratos, but okay, whatever. So there it is, the design, her hair, the crown there. Yeah. Look at that. Not bad, I have to say. So it's better than using Patricia, I guess, or the Sans, what they call it. Not bad for design. And like I said, both all of them, you unlock basically maybe a hidden weapon, secret weapon, whatever they call it, exclusive weapon, and a paraglider design. Now, the question is, would I recommend buying them for $30? No. Definitely no, 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 no. If they were $20 MSRP, maybe. If you're an Amiibo fan, Zelda fan, definitely gonna get them. For the casual, probably not. You just have to really make a critical decision if you really want them or not. I mean, if you're a fan of the franchise, you want the figurine, by all means. But being an Amiibo collector because you're sick in the head, that's a different story there. So for $20, yes, I would recommend them because they got a better design. $30, again, like I said, no. Are they going to change the price in the long run? Probably not, because they know, Nintendo knows, Furukawa knows, that an uber super Nintendo fan will willingly to some extent buy them for full price. Like I said, I've seen people buying Tears of the Kingdom Amiibo for $30, all 4 of them. I mean, like, more power to you. It's up to you. But for me personally, give me a compromise. $20, I might get them. Because I like to collect Amiibo. I like to have a complete set to some extent. Because there are some that is not out in America still. Like the Monster Hunter story, never had to get an import. And then Box Boy never came out in the West. Kind of bull, but it is what it is there. So would I recommend them for $20? Yes. So wait for a sale to get them. I wouldn't be surprised by Black Friday they're gonna do a round 2 of this Amiibo. like I said, there was a big window for the Tears of the Kingdom amiibo and the Street Fighter 6. They were cheap. It went down to $16 as it should be. And those Street Fighter 6 amiibo, they are a bit bigger. I don't know why. But like Kid said, maybe because they're now targeting for the hardcore who's willing to pay for premium to some extent. We'll just have to wait and see. So there you go. That's my impression. Recommended if it's $20 if you're a Zelda fan. But for the casual, you really have to decide if you like the design and you're willing to use them, or put them in the shelf, display them, you know how it is. But amiibos are getting expensive. I mean, a lot of people are willing to pay for the Super Mario Galaxy amiibo because, yeah, they may be big, they are detailed, they're nice looking, but $40, oof, $30 for me, maybe. But if it goes to $25 tops, I might consider it, but that'll be a different story there. So anyway, my impression of the Tears of the Kingdom Sages, again, not bad. They might do something with Age of Imprisonment. I mean, kind of makes sense. Maybe exclusive weapon or whatever. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. So with that, I'll see you guys later.